Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another season of Reddit League. We are into season 6, and we're really kind of changing things up this season. We're going to bring on a whole bunch more extra guests and co-commentators. So, as always, I am Zatomo, but today I am joined by Division One's M the Baseman. How are you today?
Hello, I'm fine. How about you?
I'm doing great, and we have a Division 4A matchup. These two are actually in my division, Paschtetli and Mickpiet, to face off in this one. And our first map, of course, is in Finland. As we take a look at this map, it is an intersection guesser map, which means all locations are at the intersection of roads, but they can be very small roads, so they don't have to be big or named. Plenty of locations in this one. Average score about 18,000, has been played over 600 times. So in the basement, what are we looking at with Finland as a map?
Well, for me, Finland is honestly one of the harder European countries because the landscape's very samey looking, besides like the north, and the road system can be a bit iffy sometimes. And on this intersection guesser, it does help that you have a lot of, intersections you can't pinpoint on, but some are just like gravel roads that don't appear on the map, so they're not always helpful. But with intersection guesser, you have a better chance of like being in urban areas or an easier pinpointable area than just like a super straight road with nothing inside. So um, it should be doable most of the time, but there are a few rural grounds where you can't find anything.
Yeah, I think that if these two have put in some practice, we could see a score over 20,000 probably easily. But again, if there's that one crazy round, that could easily make it under 20,000 quite without much of an effort, so to speak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very seat dependent, but
Mhm.
it also helps that for Division 4, even with like the reduced timey stuff, a bit more leeway than in the higher divisions. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
might be less of a problem in this case.
Yeah, that 4 minute timer does let you travel quite a bit, so hopefully that will mean that even if we do get a really rural location, they'll be able to figure out where they are with all that clicking. Movement in GeoGuessr still a bit tricky because of the Google Map stuff. It's not GeoGuessr's fault, of course, but there are still some of that weird movement issues, so hopefully that won't be too big of a bug here. In this one, yeah, but without much further ado, then let us just jump right in then to round number one. And at least we've got some buildings to start us off.
It's not the most favorable looking place though. It's probably very like pretty far in suburb from a city.
Yeah, it does have that like almost new development vibe. And as they both look at this sign heading north from the starting location, very good
Lati.
map, but Lati, that will make it easy. That is
It's
a
not in Sweden,
yeah.
but yeah, that's a good sign right off the bat. I don't think I even saw the Lati in
I,
big
I
letters
I
when
don't
I saw
think I
I
did
saw the
either.
Caristo. I
Yeah.
just looked at the Caristo. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
apparently this place is called Caristo.
And
I
then
usually
once you
don't
got
look.
that, yeah.
I usually don't look a lot at signs in Finland.
Yeah, I mean, I don't speak Finnish, and so it's one of those things where is this a name or is this I mean, like, is it a town name or is this like a district name that's too small? I'm not going to find anything. And
In Paschtetli's case, I think that sign did help him though, because he did really pinpoint at a specific area
yeah,
around Lati.
yeah, and McPete's got it too. That the map on that sign also gives you a pretty good idea that we're on some kind of west southwest border of a lake, and then you can try to search for some roads that might make sense and match up with this development.
Yeah, the problem is there's a few lakes around Lati, as you can see on the map,
Yeah.
so might not be guaranteed.
Mhm. There are some road names, very small, so I don't know if they're going to be able to actually find them on the map. And this whole area looks like it's brand new, so
Yeah,
hopefully
this is
that
a
won't be an issue.
yeah. Street signs are usually not an issue in Finland. The
Mm-hmm.
problem is that sometimes Finland loves blurring their signs,
Mm-hmm.
but It's not that bad in this round, actually.
Yeah, Mickpiet sticking to that area, but Paschtetli has
That's,
gone quite a ways away and gotten some good signs.
yeah, that should seal the deal.
Yeah, that will help him
Confirm it.
narrow down a little bit. He knows he's near a major roundabout with a looks like to the west the 4 and the 5 in interchange. So yeah, I believe that the way that those numbers are written, meaning that he's not on them, but they are all in that direction.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
most countries, if it's like dotted around the
Mhm.
sides, it's that you're not on there. Yeah, but that can sometimes be deceiving because, like, especially for the big roads, the highways, how far can you be? It can be like 5 kilometers for all we know.
Yeah, yeah. So it's nearby, but for our purposes, pinpointing, it might still be a little bit too far away. But he
Even
seems, yeah. Sorry.
yeah, I just wanted to say Mickpiet doesn't seem to know the exact area yet. He just put it
Mhm.
near a lake, but it's not the right one.
Yeah, he kind of honed in on where he thought he was really quickly on in the round and has not really moved. But I think that is the street. I don't know, maybe not. He hasn't quite zoomed in close enough for me to be able to see it too much. But
It's not the right suburb, I think, because I think that was
yeah,
called Caristola. I could remember while playing the sea that it was on the eastern side of the city, so
yeah. So
I think Paschtetli got it. Yeah, just in
Paschetli
time.
looks like a little bit, but and as time will run out on them, and it will be Paschtetli with a perfect uh, ace in that one and getting that corner down. And again, yeah, Mickpiet maybe fall into that trap of overconfident, thinking he knew exactly where he was a little bit too early, and then when time was running out, kind of scrambling for trying to find some roads that match up, and he just couldn't do it with the time. So
Yeah, you can get tunnel vision sometimes if you don't like get any close. Like, okay, so we're in Lati, but what else? Close to a lake, that would narrow it down enough. But if you put too much stock in that, then instead of finding other more concrete clues like Paschtetli did, then you, yeah, can run
mm,
into things like this.
yep, definitely. Well, let's get ourselves set up and into round number 2 and a more rural location.
Now, this looks like the Finland I know and love.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there was a sign that that looks like a state or province border, or maybe
I
city
think
borders.
it's more so like a municipality,
Oh,
I
okay,
think,
okay,
or
municipality.
district. I'm not sure about the English word there, but
Mm-hmm.
those can be useful, but um, the towns are sometimes not recognizable.
Yeah. So a
Or
pretty open road, looking for some kind of signs.
yeah, you're better off just looking for like a road number because
Mm-hmm.
those are a bit more reliable,
Yeah.
albeit a bit scared sometimes.
Yeah, I don't find Finland's road system to be the most intuitive when I try to figure out where the numbers are placed. They do sort of work, but there's
It is
always some weird
intuitive.
exceptions which always throw me off.
It is intuitive in the sense of that, like you won't find 900s down south,
Mm-hmm.
but the problem is that it cuts off at one point. But like the sign Big Beat sees, you're like 1431. You know that's going to be somewhere south, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still going to take some looking.
And I think, yeah, I don't know if those names were the one he actually just saw on that sign back there, but they do look sort of familiar if I
I mean, if
if I
they
recall.
find like the new 1430s, then they should be able to find the other places as well.
Yeah, that is true. If you find, oh, yeah, that is the border that we crossed over too. So I think Paschtetli has also got it.
Yeah, Finland does mark that, but I think that's the province and not maybe the municipality. But I
Yeah,
haven't studied those, so I
yeah,
cannot say
maybe.
that
Yeah,
with certainty. They seem to be both
yep.
very
They seem
close,
to be
though.
both there. Yeah,
Yeah,
McPete will be happy with that and get an ace in that one. Um, interesting to see they went about it two very different ways. Mickpiet finding that road number and Paschtetli stopping a bit short and just finding some towns and using that border. I don't think he actually saw that road number.
Yeah, I think I did it the way Mickpiet does because I did kind of learn the road numbering. But if you're confident in knowing your place names, then yeah.
Yep. Well, perfect for both of them in round 2, which means that Paschtetli does have quite a bit of a lead going into round number 3. But so far, nothing too challenging, the baseman.
No, I wouldn't say so, but it's Finland, so don't count your blessings yet if you have got 2 easy rounds.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Okay, well, let's get into round number 3 then. And, well,
yeah.
Here we go. Dirt road.
This is what every player fears to have in their seed, this type of round.
Yeah, anytime in Finland for sure, but in a lot of countries, if you're on a dirt road, your confidence definitely takes a bit of a hit.
Yeah, that's always going to be a bit, oh no.
And then it's some movement issues for Mickpiet as well. In this one, he is heading sort of south along the road, and Paschtetli is taking a path more easterly. And Mickpiet might give up on that way because it's causing him some issues, but he hasn't turned back yet.
Oh, I've sometimes done that when the movement's not great, I just turn around no, I'm not going to do this. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
But Paschtetli's end, it's not that much better, I see.
Yeah, he had some issues as well, but heading in opposite directions, which means we as viewers going to get to see a lot more than they will as players. Some village names there.
Yeah, I don't think the town's going to help him a lot there.
Especially given the location, not confident that will be a large village at all. Oh,
yeah, in these rounds, you just have to be lucky to go the right way and hopefully stumble upon a road number or just subsides to big towns.
I think he just jumped back to the start, and he did turn around.
He turned around. Which is not, in my opinion, the worst thing to do. I've had instances where if you just go 30 seconds the other way, you actually find some great signs. And if I didn't do that and look back on it, it was like, oh, no, really?
Yeah, the problem is we've got about 2 minutes worth of traveling that we've seen from Paschtetli in that direction, and he's got nothing. So we already know that Mickpiet's going to be a little bit hard up for information.
I didn't say that was always the case when you turn around, but this
well,
is not fun for anyone.
Yeah, Mickpiet doesn't know that he is in for 2 minutes of nothing, but we have the benefit of Paschtetli does turn around. He does leave they both did. They both left a waypoint, so they could go back and continue, but
yeah, that's always a good thing to do, to just leave a checkpoint, because if the road turns out to be as bad at the other end, then it's for a lot of people just in case, like I just explained, if you go 30 seconds the other way and find a good clue,
at least
you can always turn around if that's not the case.
Yeah, don't waste that 2 minutes or so that you spend traveling, but with about a minute left on the clock, they have yet to see anything, but I gotta admit that it looks like Mickpiet has made quite good time heading north along this road. He got further than Paschtetli did, really, in less time, but
yeah, I think Paschtetli turn around this.
Yeah, about here by now, and so it's the Mickpiet is now the one seeing new territory, while Paschtetli is heading that southwest direction along the road.
Still not looking much better, other than that Mickpiet's road looks a bit less gravelly.
Yeah, the only thing I could say is we're probably outside of that kind of southwest quadrant of Finland, that kind of, where all the big cities tend to be. We're not in that kind of area, but then, we could be anywhere from just outside of those towns to way up north. Well, probably not way north given the geography, but
that doesn't look super north, but
somewhere up to the middle of the country possibly, but
it might be gut feeling, but south looks more like a bit less foresty.
Yeah. As you can see, we were almost on the Russian border there. Both of them not really finding it at all. 654 points for Paschtetli, Mickpiet 429. So equally bad on this one, at least leaves them on somewhat of an equal footing. But yeah, very tough round from Finland in this one, and the baseman.
Yeah, nothing really you could do there, really, except for if you would have landscape guessed very well, which is quite impossible for Finland. But Paschtetli did gain a small, more of a lead, even if it was just 654 points. So
yeah, not much of a lead, but a lead nonetheless into this one, as we will try to get them set up into round number 4. Very slight lead for Paschtetli, 10,654 to Mickpiet's 10,095.
Swedish road markings, and from what I can see, Swedish town name. So this should be Åland.
Yeah, it'll be the island
which
gives
both
it away.
players know.
Yeah. And
it's
this,
very distinctive looking.
Yeah, and this is the island that always throws me off, because I'll see a road number and then I find the roads are on the mainland as well with that exact same number, but recognizing that is slightly different signage, and the look will make sure you're on the island. Don't make the same mistake as me.
Yeah, usually the Swedish name should give it away. Like in Finland, you would have, if you are in a also Swedish speaking area, you'd have both languages on there. So mostly. I think Mickpiet already found it.
He's pretty close. He seems pretty confident in his location. And sure, yeah, definitely did. 5,000, an ace for him. Took him no time at all. And with that airport not far away, that definitely helps, I think, because there's the roundabout, and you know you started south of that, so backtrack to the intersection.
Yeah, like Flygplats is pretty obvious name for airport
in most European
Germanic language.
Yeah. And also there's an airplane on the sign, so even if you don't understand that, you got the little picture there. So yeah, an ace for both of them there means that going into the final round, Paschtetli has about like a 600 or so point lead. Very, very close. That's within 100 points is draw range. So not quite. Got to make up a few hundred points at least if he wants to draw in this one. Mickpiet. We've only got one more round, but yeah, that round much nicer for us than round number 3 in the basement.
Yeah, for Mickpiet, that's not an ideal round because it was very easy to pinpoint overall. I think most players won't have trouble getting at least close there. So Mickpiet would hope for a bit of a trickier round to overtake Paschtetli.
Very narrow margins, but still a win for Paschtetli nonetheless, unless something can happen here. And small town Finland again.
Or just a suburb.
Oh, yeah, suburbs.
Hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah, it is. It can be hard to tell. We'll find out as we travel a bit. But a more urban location probably doesn't speak well for Mickpiet, who would want something that Paschtetli would drop, and they are both heading in the same direction to start.
I mean, if it's a suburb it doesn't look like a suburb to me anymore. But like a few 10 kilometers off can already make the difference in Finland. So it can be possible.
So the municipality border there, as we head on out, trying to find some kind of numbers. But I believe Paschtetli just jumped back to the start.
Yeah. I went south first too, and that's definitely the better way to go. Yep.
There's a road number. There are lots of towns. That'll be much more helpful. 2,000 for those small roads.
Yeah, what helps is that it appears on the same zoom level as the 3-digit number. So you don't have to like super zoom in to find them. Well, you still have to zoom quite a bit, but not as bad as it might.
Yeah. And then, of course, once you do locate the 2000s, they are in some kind of internal order. So if you find, 2,200 something, you're pretty close. Mickpiet, meanwhile, has turned around as well and has gotten these signs. Let's see if he can. Still got 2 minutes on the clock, so.
Yeah, I don't recognize any of those towns on there, so it's probably best to focus on the road numbers here.
Mm-hmm. And then once you find the road, just scan along it looking for those town names. Hopefully they pop up. But both of them still looking for that 2194. Ooh, 219 something for Mickpiet. I think he did find the 4.
Yeah, I think he's definitely close, I think.
Yeah, he's got that 4. There we go. There's that town.
There it is. Yeah, Kukolainen, and that's, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's the village we start in. So now it's just about, oh, there we go, finding some more road names. And that'll help him pinpoint with still about a minute left to go to find that. And yeah, not too bad. Paschtetli, on the other hand, still having trouble finding that road, which has got to be frustrating because he's had it for longer than Mickpiet, but just not able to quite pinpoint it.
Yeah, that's a thing sometimes. Sometimes you just are not quite looking in the right corner.
There we go.
He found it now, though.
Yeah, that's the road number, but he needs to work a little bit further. Oh, there's the town right there at the bottom of the screen. He needs to scroll down a bit.
Ooh, it was like right on his screen.
Yeah, it's right there, and Mickpiet will ace that final round. Meaning it's all on Paschtetli, who's only got about 30 seconds. He's in the right area, but this could be... I don't think this is a 600-point difference, actually. I think...
Could get this.
Even if he doesn't pinpoint it, yeah, he's close enough that it'll only be about... I think less than even 100 points will be dropped. Maybe 100 and something.
He won't drop 100.
Yeah, and with a few more seconds, he's going to get even closer. Or maybe not. Maybe he's just going to...
He's got it, I think. Yep.
Yeah. Yep, he did. There we go. Last second adjustments does work out. An ace for him as well. So plenty of aces to go around between these two in Finland. A very tight matchup, but we'll see Paschtetli come out on top on this one. We'll see if he can get his final score here. Oh, and of course he clicks through it just a little bit too fast for me. There we go. Oh, no, that's the other score. There we go, 20,654 as of time of playing it. He was second on the leaderboards, and 20,095. So that slim lead for Paschtetli is enough to get him the 3 points in this one, and off to a great start in our new Reddit League season. So I think we saw a little bit of everything there in the basement from Finland. Very rural, a few suburban, urban locations, and the nice little island off the coast with that unique location. A good tour of the country.
Yeah, the only thing missing really was in the middle of a bigger city like Helsinki shows up quite a bit, although a lot of suburbs of Helsinki, I should say. But yeah, besides that, third round also quite a doable seed here. So it's sad there that maybe most matches will be decided by that third round, but. Yeah, good performance from both players, and yeah, Paschtetli just tad better in the pinpointing.
Yeah, I think it really came down to that pinpointing, maybe even that first round where he was Mickpiet, that is, was really confident in that lake location and just caused him to kind of hone in on that too much and forget about double checking his actual location, which probably cost him the game. So, but that's the margins in Reddit League, even in Division 4. Well, thank you all for watching. We're great to have another season of this brought to you again. Plenty of videos, as well as the Reddit League show, a weekly summary of all the matches throughout all the divisions. So you don't want to miss any of that. Hit that subscribe and bell button to make sure that you can catch them all. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care.
See ya.